Hello everyone, my name is Anthony Vitale. I am the CEO and president of DEKE, and I'm also a content creator over at True Sports TV. Today here at DEKE, we are joined by two very special guests here on our Instagram Live, Ty Ronning and his father, Cliff Ronning. So let's head right into it, guys. Enjoy. There they are. How you guys doing?
Good, man. How you doing?
Doing good.
Doing well. Here down in my house in Orlando, Florida. So it's hot and
catching some sun or what?
Oh, you ain't kidding. I definitely need it. I can't get a tan for nothing. So any sun's always good.
I'm right there with you.
Oh man, so that's always good. So you guys are keeping yourselves occupied. So that's always good. You guys are up in BC?
Yeah, we're in Vancouver.
That's beautiful. How's the weather like right now during this time of year?
It's pretty cloudy right now.
Oh,
little
man.
Sprinkles of rain, but
You
not
need
too
a
bad.
jacket on for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen the house tour before and everything on the Vancouver Canucks YouTube. It's gorgeous. That's for sure. I know you guys have a great setup there.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, thank you.
Appreciate it. Yeah, of course. So yeah, let's dive into it all. So we do have a few questions that we've had asked for in advance for you guys, and we also do have questions that could be coming in. So it will be moderated by us. So it would be from the fans in here. So I guess we'll dive into some hockey related questions that we've had asked. This is an interesting one. At which age did you guys know that you wanted to be hockey players, and what certainly influenced you into wanting to become a hockey player?
I
You
mean,
go first.
I don't know. For me, it was really, I just enjoyed playing sports, enjoyed playing from hockey, lacrosse, soccer, whatever it was, I was competitive. And
Very competitive.
I just enjoyed that part of it. And it turned into, I was a decent lacrosse player. And then hockey was took a little longer. And then in Pee Wee Bantam, things started happening. And then I think when I played in the Air Canada Cup and our team beat Patrick Waugh's team in the finals, playing for BC, at 16 is kind of when I thought I started dreaming about getting a chance to fulfill that dream.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's cool. I'm to be honest, I could rollerblade before I could walk. And
Wow.
I kind of grew up in the dressing room with my dad in Nashville. I grew up in Nashville, Tennessee.
Oh yeah.
And and I to be honest, like, man, I wasn't playing hockey at the time. I was 4 years old, and everybody asked me, "Are you gonna be a hockey player like your dad?" And I'd always say, no, I don't play hockey. And so my mom put me in hockey. That was the thing. My mom he didn't want me to be a hockey
I
player.
want to be a golfer.
What?
Yeah. Golf.
Right, caddy for him down when I got
Yeah,
older.
I ain't even good at golf anyways, but yeah, man, my mom put me in hockey. That was my thing. And
That's crazy.
when I figured it out was probably around junior. I realized I can really have a shot at it, and it's such a grind. It's such a roller coaster sport, mentally and physically. And and man, it's it's been good so far. Just got to keep working.
Certainly, and you guys have certainly made well for yourself. So it's always good. Definitely made the right decisions, I suppose, when it came to the sport.
Yeah,
Man.
Yeah. So here's another question related to that. Is certainly with the growing up aspect of you guys going into your hockey careers. Islanders, the Islanders page that represents us, wanted to ask you guys, who was your favorite hockey players growing up? And I guess for Ty, if it is your father, I guess other than if they wanted to know.
I am a big fan of Alex Ovechkin. I think the way he
100%.
shoots the puck, he's one guy that rarely misses the net, and
he's a hard worker, that's for sure.
he works hard and he shoots the puck. And I just love the way he scores goals and the passion. I just grew up idolizing him. That's definitely one guy other than my dad, for sure.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
for me, I mean, I loved all different types of players. Obviously, Wayne Gretzky, right up
Great
there. I liked the way he played the game, but the way he was a teammate that he made other guys around him better. And
Oh, yeah.
not only that, his interviews were excellent, and I thought he just represented hockey. I also, being a smaller player, Mats Naslund, I don't know if you remember him with Montreal.
Mm-hmm.
He was a small guy that was surviving in the big man's game, and he was one guy that, I thought if he could do it, I can do it, and he kind of inspired me a little bit. And I just like Hugh Lafleur skating out there with no helmet. I thought he was a classic.
It's definitely a hard thing to do in today's NHL, that's for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I'm a shorter guy as well, so I certainly looked up to a lot of the players like that. Martin St. Louis was one of my favorites growing up, and I look at guys like Tyler Johnson and Jonathan Marchessault today. So I'm probably not going to go into the NHL, but it's certainly some hockey idols that represented growing up, and I said, you know what, they represent my type of people. If they could do it, maybe I could do it one day.
Yeah, absolutely, man, absolutely.
For sure. So yeah, that's awesome. Gretzky did everything well in his career, and Ovechkin's probably got to be my favorite player of all time at this point too. I think my favorite was always Jaromir Jagr, but I think Ovechkin's gonna pass that soon.
Yeah, maybe we'll see. I think so too, but yeah.
I wonder if he'll break Gretzky's goal record. That's always the big question.
That would be crazy, man. Holy.
He's probably the only one that can.
Yeah.
I don't know anyone who can score at that rate.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Let's see. This one's for Ty. How big of an impact did your father have on you wanting to become a hockey player? I know we touched up upon that a little bit before.
Yeah. I mean, like I said before, he didn't want to be a hockey player, but as soon as I had those skates on, it was just countless hours of practice with him and I, and it was just, he's always believed in me. He's always. We get on the ice. He's hard on me, but he's not like a crazy hockey dad, and that's what I appreciate. There's a lot of parents out there that maybe are a little cuckoo, but he's always that guy that's very motivated, motivating me and pushing me to be my best. And just countless hours of hard work, and he really taught me dedication. And if you really want something, go after it, and that's what I'm doing.
That's great, yeah, and certainly, being around, hockey at a young age, certainly is very inspiring. So it's great to see that you're following your father in footsteps career-wise. So that's always great, and expanding the hockey name and family name in the sport, which is always really cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Let's see. Here's an interesting one. This one isn't hockey related, but I talked about it with Ty for a little bit. Italian myself, I gotta ask you guys 2 questions. Who's the best cook in the family, and and what's your favorite signature Italian dish?
Let my dad take that one away. It's an easy answer.
Well, I think I'm probably the best cook.
Oh my, yeah, right.
No, I've been barbecuing lately.
No, my mom.
My wife
knows Italian. She's a great cook.
Brought up in the Italian household, and actually now I have to watch cooking shows all day, so I'm kind of getting annoyed at that. But overall, I mean, she has a passion for it, and I think everyone out there knows if the mom's making nice dinners, the kids show up, and that's kind of bringing the family together.
Yeah.
Oh man. And what would you say your guys' favorite Italian dish is?
I like pasta fagioli. It's like a pasta bean soup.
Amazing.
It's really nice. It's one of my favorites. I like to cook it as well. It's nice. Abhi, what's yours?
I everything.
Oh.
I like it all. There's not one thing Italian food I wouldn't eat. So
100%.
It's all good.
Me too. I'm big on chicken parm, and any pasta you put in front of me, I'll probably devour. So that's always great. Let's see. Here's a really cool one too that someone wanted to ask. What was your favorite arena to play in so far in Ty's career and in the NHL in your career, Cliff? What was your favorite arena to play in?
Go first. What's your favorite?
I was fortunate. I got to play in the old Boston Gardens. I played in
that's great.
the old Montreal Canadiens old Forum, and I thought going into the Forum was pretty amazing, the way everything was shined up, and it was just the place to be. But I always enjoyed going to California and playing LA Kings with the Canucks. For some reason, the Canucks played them well in that rink, and so I enjoyed going there, but also playing in Madison Square Gardens in the finals, and it was, we were a team from Vancouver. We were like going against Goliath there, and that was exciting, that part of it. So I'd say in New York, that's one of the best rinks to play a hockey game in.
Certainly. I've yet to play there. Hopefully one day, man. My favorite barn, in junior, it would be the Coliseum, just because of the history in it. My dad played there. You're going to the bathroom, taking a number 2, and there says Cliff 93 in the bathroom. There's different names written on the stalls, like just a lot of history, weird history like that. Pro hockey, I like Lehigh Valley's rink. It's a new barn. It's right connected to the hotel, and the energy that those fans bring too. They get a, they're not the biggest fans of the Wolfpack, so it's fun to go out there and perform.
Yeah, certainly. I grew up in New York. Actually, a big Rangers fan myself, so I've been to plenty of games at Madison Square Garden. So you already know, even from a player standpoint, it's certainly surreal. And we hope to see you there one day. You're connected with the Rangers, so it's we'll definitely be expecting, and it'll come. Trust me, you're a hard worker. I can definitely tell.
Thank you. I appreciate that, man.
My pleasure. And actually, coming from a Ranger fan herself, Hockey Girl 1231, she wanted to know, how is it like to be part of such in the organization of such a well-known team, New York Rangers.
Yeah, I mean, we show up to camp and you walk through the hallway and there's jerseys of Rod Gilbert and Esposito, and you're just like, holy crap, like this is amazing, and like so much history in that building, but also just like the culture they bring as a team. I think it's really neat. It's an original six team, and it's definitely cool to be a part of.
Especially, yeah, certainly. You get goosebumps every time you even walk to the Garden. You even think about just like the history of the New York Rangers. It's it's very cherished. It's one of the most storied franchises in sports, and I was blessed to have a lot of great years watching them, and a lot of playoff success, especially in my mid-teens.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good. Here's a question for both of you guys. This is a really cool one too. Do you guys have any pregame rituals that you do, or any like pregame meals that you would eat?
This guy's the most superstitious hockey player you'll ever meet in your life, man.
When I played, I was pretty bad, but actually now the only thing I do now is I put my left skate on first. I don't know.
I do that too, actually. I do that too.
Other than that, it really doesn't matter. I play here with the Canuck alumni, and we play charity games and do some good things for raising money. And now it's kind of those days are over. It's more or less just hanging out with the guys and, giving the guys, just giving them jokes, giving them constantly harassing each other. And it's kind of fun again.
Superstitions with me, I've been trying to get away with that. I grew up with him being so superstitious, and like I always found it was so
good.
Sometimes they're good to be comfortable, and like in a routine standpoint, I find once you get to the rink, you have your routine, but superstitions can kind of eat at you a little bit, and I always looked at them as it could be a love-hate relationship. So I've kind of limited myself. I'm a left skate first kind of guy too, yeah, man, that's just me.
Yeah, I'm not. When I was playing hockey growing up, I wasn't necessarily that superstitious, but I was always right skate first, which was really interesting.
Right
for you guys.
That's a different one.
Yeah, no, everyone's got their own kind of superstition or their routine.
Usually the goalies are the worst.
Yeah,
oh my goodness! Have you ever seen I'm pretty sure Henrik Lundqvist would skate around and tap the boards once, or oh my goodness. Yeah, it's funny. I'm actually wearing a goaltender shirt right now, representing Florida Panthers down here, Roberto Luongo.
Oh, good guy. Funny guy, man.
Oh
biggest hands in the world. You shake that guy's hand, they're like this big.
Yeah.
Explains a lot.
Did great things up here.
Yeah.
Up in Vancouver.
Great guy.
They'll probably honor him
He's
soon.
done wonders for the Canucks and both down here for the Panthers. He's one of the greatest to ever do it. And moving on to a goaltender question for both of you guys. It's an interesting one. Who would you say was the easiest and probably the hardest goaltender to score on in your guys' career?
Do you want me to start?
Sure.
I would say the hardest was Ed Belfour for me.
Ooh.
I really don't know if I want to say this because I really like the guy, but for some reason, Kelly Hirudi, and I used to score every time, on him, and he even knew I'd shoot high glove. He even told me he was going to put his glove there half the time, but for some reason, me and him, it was hilarious that I'd look on the where we're going next, and we saw we're going to LA. Maybe that's why I like playing in LA. It just seemed my shot only coming in at 70 miles an hour maybe messed him up. He was used to guys shooting 100 miles an hour, so I don't
Kind
know.
of like a changeup.
It was
Yeah.
a changeup. He didn't like it.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
I like scoring a lot of goals on a goalie. Tom McCollum. He's my roommate actually when I was playing in Maine as well in practice. But no, I liked playing against Carter Hart. Him and I would always go at it. And when he was playing for Everett, you know, I was always trying to find the back of the net at times, and at other times he just absolutely stoned me. And but yeah, no, he's definitely a great goalie.
He's incredible.
But I like playing against him.
That's great. Yeah, no, he's certainly doing well for himself too. He's one of the
Mm-hmm.
most promising young goaltenders in the NHL. So it's gonna be great to see what him and Philly can do. They're kind of like I wouldn't say like a borderline, but I think they're a really, you know, great young team. They kind of surprised a lot of people this year.
Yeah, no, he's a nasty goalie. I'm excited to see his career
He's
take off.
incredible. So young too, like so much
Mhm.
potential. So that's that's awesome. You know, it's kind of funny. You have like all these players that you go up against, and it's like, oh, who do I look forward to and whatnot. It's like I can only imagine how many people were like, oh man, we're up in Colorado. How hard is it going to be to get something past Patrick Waugh?
Yeah. Yeah. That guy's a legend too.
Oh, he's incredible. Ooh, here's a really cool one too. Kind of going on that. Who was the most skated team? Excuse me. Who was the most skilled teammate you ever played with, teammates wise?
Teammates?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I played with a lot of good players. I was fortunate, you know. Skill-wise, Alexander McGillney, I think just his all-around talent was natural. He didn't have to work at it.
That's crazy.
Obviously, Pavel Bure,
Huge one right there.
at high speeds was amazing, but I mean, Brett Hall, all these guys. I mean, but I would definitely put Alexander McGillney as probably the most talented without even trying.
Didn't you have a good story about him, about golfing too or something?
Yeah, one time we were up in, at the end of the season, we were in Hawaii playing a golf game. He never played before. He went and bought a brand new set of clubs and shot 75. Never played before.
Never played golf before. Shoots a 75.
Yeah, well, this guy's just a natural
Athlete, gifted.
some guys are
That's
just lucky,
nuts.
I guess. Eh? He's just a lucky guy, right?
Mhm.
No, but he's doing good. Good guy.
That's great. And for you, Ty, in your young career, who would you say, teammates wise, was the most skilled player you came across?
Skilled player I've came across growing up, I'd have to say Barzell. Yeah, he was my centerman growing up, Burnby Winter Club. He's always just been such a skilled on his edges, and you see what he does out there. He's a great hockey player.
I grew up about 10 minutes away from Nassau Coliseum, so I've been to a handful of hockey, to a handful of Islander games every so often. So you know, you see him in person, it's just pure skill, and it's great to see what he's doing in his young career as well.
Absolutely, yeah.
Here's a really funny one. Who is the worst and the best trash talker you've come across?
The worst and best trash talker. It's kind of a tough question. I don't do a lot of yapping out there, and so I'm trying to think. I just try to ignore everything, really.
Sure.
What do you
Like, I gotta understand that question. Like the worst trash talker, like Barnaby
like-
was really bad.
Has like the worst.
That guy's funny.
He just wouldn't shut up, right?
Oh,
He was one of the worst. The whole game would start. But the smartest or funniest, I thought Jeremy Roenick. He had some amazing one-liners to guys. Roenick was always kind of saying different jokes to players, but that's a good question, really.
That's a tough question. I don't know. I watch.
You're saying Bowen Byram is supposed to be funny. Some guys just say stuff funny.
Byron is just funny. He's not a good trash talker. Yeah, no, he's just a funny guy. He's not the best trash talker. He likes to fire people up, though. That's for sure.
that's good though. That's
Yeah.
good for the Avs. That's it's really funny when I've asked people that question. The answer actually ends up being the same person for each, and they say it was Steve Ott when he was playing in the NHL because he just wouldn't shut up. So he'd have the best and the worst stuff.
Greg Chase is a really good trash talker as well.
Interesting.
He's up there.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put this down actually.
he's changing the lighting.
Oh, okay.
He's just putting down something so that the glare.
Oh, I see.
So I can answer a question if you want it while he's doing that.
Oh, sure. Yeah, let's see what else we've had. We had a bunch. Ooh, this is a really cool one. what was your favorite music genre kind of growing up there, or band/artist?
For me,
I guess for both of you guys, if you would like, if you needed.
I'll let him go first because
honestly, I've been listening to all genres. I love all music. I always kind of tend to stay up late at night and watch Tiny Desk Concert on NPR. It's on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
They do fantastic, great shows. I love John Mayer style music. I could go to country. I could go to rap, Tupac, like all that stuff. Yeah, my buddy Zach Fluids. He's changing the name. Isaac Zale now. He's an up and coming artist. Jay Weil. I listen to Ashoka. These guys are just fire, and it's a lot of different rap and stuff. But I would say my go-to artist, Eminem.
There you go.
J. Cole, the Beatles, and
the game's gonna start by now.
Yeah, who else? I like Kanye West as well.
Okay,
Kanye.
I'll keep it really simple. It's probably the best music you can ever listen to if you want to get fired up, and it's AC/DC.
Yeah,
that was.
Yes.
I mean, you crank that. Back then, we had the smaller speakers, but but AC/DC is like a no-brainer. You have to pick
100%.
one band to kind of get your heart rate up.
Yeah, Greta Van Fleet.
Greta Van Fleet. I like
Nasty.
Yeah.
I'm a huge rock person. That's mine. So if any of you guys just said Aerosmith, I probably would have flipped out because that's my favorite.
No, Aerosmith's another one.
Yeah, he's nasty.
Even
Steven
when
Tyler.
I played junior, it was Van Halen was a big band. So we're talking.
Bruce Springsteen.
I'm pretty old. So
yeah.
But AC/DC, you can't go wrong.
Oh, 100%. You can't go wrong with them. Here's a really funny question for the times being. Because of quarantine and everything that we have to do, if you had to be quarantined with 3 teammates, who would they be?
3 teammates?
Yeah, so it can be any time in your career, Cliff, and it can be anyone within the Rangers organization, Ty.
Well,
okay.
I want guys that are going to make me laugh, so Brett Hall right away. You can't find a funnier guy. Jeff Courtnall was a roommate I was with for 5 years. We got along really good, so he seems to and I guess, you know what, Rusty Courtnall. He's just a good, nice guy that goes with the flow. So Russ Courtnall, Jeff Courtnall, and we need Brett Hall just for having a good laugh.
Yeah, definitely.
That's funny. For me, it would be Vitale Krastov. He's hilarious. Brutal at FIFA. And then we'd go with Bowen Byram.
Nice.
Because he's hilarious. And
That's your 3.
No, that's 2. Vitale Krastov,
Whoa.
Bowen Byram, and gotta pick one more. Boone Nieves.
Boone Nieves, there you go.
Yeah, very chill, laid-back guy, like really nice and kind. Yeah,
awesome. Yeah, I'm trying to learn Russian a little bit, so if I had to choose, I'd probably take Pavel Buchnevich, Igor Shesterkin, and probably Chris Kreider because I heard he's fluent in it, and I probably need someone to talk to English too.
Thanks.
Yeah, certainly. So that's actually really cool. So let's so we do have a few questions by fans. We do have a few more minutes. You guys have to go at 4:30 from what I've heard. Or,
yeah.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so I do have a few here by some people. It'll pop up on the bottom screen, but I'll read them off to you.
Yeah, no worries.
Ooh, going back on the Beatles. What was your favorite song by the Beatles?
Oh.
Well,
nothing. I think nothing beats "Let It Be." Personally.
Yeah, "Let It Be" is good.
Such a soothing song, and it's like all time, right? It's an all-time song.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, there's so many good ones. I don't know. You consider
Yesterday, "Guitar Gently Weeps,"
"A Day in the Life." I think "The Day in the Life" was kind of something different. But obviously, I was a big John Lennon fan, so to me, the song "Imagine," it's kind of a pretty good song.
That's all time.
Yeah.
My favorite song used to be "Yellow Submarine," but when I started working for Disney, one of my coworkers started whistling it every day, and I just got
got annoyed.
Oh my goodness!
I'll do it
every day in the break room. I was like, oh my goodness, so funny. Let's see what else we have here. We got some great questions. There's a lot of good ones. It's like, which one do you pick first, right?
We'll answer them all.
What are the best shorts to wear on the golf course, boys?
Matt Holoko.
What was he saying?
Matt Holoko. What's the best shorts? One with holes in it, my dad says, because
Best
you can
shorts.
put a ball down and let it slide out. Oh, I found my ball. That's his go-to.
That's so not true.
Oh
What kind of shorts?
Yeah.
Probably, to me, I would wear baggy shorts, comfortable shorts.
yeah, so you can stuff
Nice.
balls in it and spit them out where you want to.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he's
That's our buddy from back home. We golf
that's
with.
cool.
yeah.
It's good. It's good to see we have some family and friends in here. I believe I saw.
I coached him. He was uncoachable.
No, it was Matt. It was Matt. It was
Well, he was uncoachable too.
Great. And actually, I did have actually a question for Cliff. We all know, for those who don't know, Cliff is actually an owner of a hockey brand himself, Base Hockey, and I was looking into it, and what you guys do is absolutely incredible. I never really seen a company kind of like help you fit your stick and your flex and your on your curve on your stick. That's truly incredible.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, it was when Ty was playing, it was costly to go get sticks all the time, and you couldn't get a certain curve or different flex, so I pretty well started a company 10 years ago, and you get fitted like golf clubs.
high-speed cameras. It's
High-speed
really cool.
cameras, we teach shooting, and Base Hockey, we've been doing it for 10 years, and right now you can only purchase online, but I think we're going to be opening our locations. I know out here in Richmond, BC, nice. We just have to get the go-ahead from the provincial government and follow protocol, so we'll be back up and running again.
Yeah, well, I'm here in Florida, and Governor Ron DeSantis says he's talking about his press conference today. They're opening everything up in phases, so I think that's going to start on Friday. So that's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, I did have another one actually on here. I didn't know that I went across it. Was there, if you could go through your careers so far, if there's one goal that stands out above the rest that you've scored, which one would that be?
60 goals was pretty good.
Score, yeah.
Like Maurice Rocket Richard out there.
That was probably one of my it was like overtime. I had 2 goals in the game. I had one more to beat Evander Kane's record of 48, so I was about get 49. I was at 48, and it was in overtime. And I remember I picked off the puck, went on a breakaway, and it was a move me and my dad practiced all the time. And it was just constant muscle memory of just opening the blade, coming back, going to my backhand, and just kind of just getting it up over. And as soon as I opened my blade, I saw the goalie bite, went to my backhand, scored. And I just remember being like, wow, like I kind of maybe etched my name in some stone, like it's kind of like a little history thing. But also at the same time, like, my junior career I've kind of moved past all that. But if I was to memorize one and think of one special moment, that was definitely one of them.
That's great. And Cliff, you scored plenty of goals in your NHL career. Is there one that stood out from any of the rest?
Yeah, there was one that it was in the playoffs against LA Kings against LA in Vancouver. I think it was game 3 maybe.
Was it overtime?
It was overtime.
I saw that
overtime. Goal. And I actually had a bit of a dream that I was going to get an opportunity during that game, that I was actually going to make that play. It kind of was really surreal because everything you were thinking was going to happen, it actually started happening and developing as I went down on the goalie. And then I finally scored the goal, and it was like finally, I was a hometown kid that I think finally made the team, kind of felt like that I was a big part of what was to come.
Success,
and I think that's kind of was a goal that was a personal goal that I always dreamt of as a kid playing road hockey in the streets.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, no, I remember watching that, seeing that goal too somewhere, and just the celly you pulled off after too is crazy enough to remember.
It was kind of, well, Tiger Williams.
Oh, was riding the stick?
He did it once, so I thought I did it very quickly because I realized after when I was doing it that probably next game Marty McSorley is going to probably punch me in the head pretty good. So I thought, okay, better don't get them too upset. Don't poke the dragon. And
Yeah.
So
Like the
that's why.
time Mark Anisimov did that to the Lightning and like just started an entire line roll.
Yeah,
I did it at Tabor Toss. I did it. I always wanted to because he's done it. Like, I gotta try it. So I did it once. Never again though.
That's another cool question about like who's probably got like the best sellies in the NHL. For some reason, I feel like Keith Yandel and Florida Panthers just doesn't care about like if someone's about to punch him in the face. Like he'll make sure that you know who scored it.
I like Panarin, the way he lifts his leg. I think it's something different, right?
I love
Kicks the sky. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's cool that he found like a signature celly. And
Yeah.
I always liked Ovechkin's fist bump and kind of whatever he does. He kind of made like Chad Ochocinco look like he's just.
He just goes crazy.
That's good. So we're at about the 4:30 mark. I know that you guys were on a little bit of a time frame. We got time for maybe one more?
Yeah, sure, man.
Perfect. This is actually a personal question for myself. So other than running DEKE and working for True Sports TV, I actually, being down here in Orlando, Florida, one of my dreams growing up was working for the Walt Disney Company. So currently we're on a furlough, but yeah, I work in the Walt Disney World Resort here in Orlando, Florida. And huge roller coasters guy. So I had to ask you, are you guys big on coasters? And if so, like which one was your favorite you think you've ridden?
I'm pretty big on coasters. I like that thrill. I like the anticipation of like the climb and then the drop. I like that. We here in Vancouver have the P&E, and they got the wooden roller coaster. The thing's been around for years. So it's a little scary at times and it can kind of get in your head. But I definitely enjoy that one for sure. What's yours? Are you into roller coasters?
You know what? We haven't done that for such a long time. It's a good idea. I think, wasn't there one called the Batman or something? They kind of standing.
At Six Flags, yeah, they have a bunch of those.
Six Flags.
You did that one?
No, I didn't do that one, but it looks like something I'd want to do. But I mean, anytime you get on a ride like that, you go, if you, like you said, Disney, the old Matterhorn. I mean, that's classic. I can't wait to go back to Disneyland sooner than later to bring her.
Me too. I want to go too.
I want to bring my granddaughter and be the first one to go with her on that.
Let me know if you guys ever need something to come down here. Like I get like a little bit off the record. I get a bunch of like discounts and family setups. So if you guys ever
you got the hookup now.
Here, you know I already got you guys.
Yeah, I appreciate that, dude. Thank you very much.
Of course, you guys are like family to us here, so I certainly want to treat you guys well. Oh, and who just wrote that? That is my favorite roller coaster, actually. That's my sister, Kristen. Okay. She lives in New York. She's loved that. She said rock and roller coaster. The Rock and Roller Coaster starring Aerosmith is my all-time favorite ride. I probably don't think I'm crazy or anything. I've been going there ever since I was younger. I've probably been on that close to about 300 or 400 times. Yeah. I've never been. I don't know what it looks like. I don't know anything about it. I gotta check it out. It's really cool. It's one of those ones that take off really fast, and it has Aerosmith music blasting in your ears. That's another reason how I got into Aerosmith so much. Super cool. Yeah, it's really cool if you want to check it out on. I got plenty of it on YouTube and all that cool stuff. So, yeah, no, certainly. So, yeah, so it looks like we're just about wrapped up. So, I just want to thank you guys again so much for joining us. You know, I'm so glad to finally get to talk with you guys and everything. And yeah, certainly stay safe and prayers out to everybody and your family. Make sure hoping everyone stays safe during this time. And yeah, good luck with everything. Once everything goes back to normalcy, let's hope we get some hockey back. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Nice meeting you, and same to you as well. Wash your hands, stay safe.
And to all the people out there, stay safe. We'll get through this.
Yes, and thank you for everyone for joining us today. If we didn't get to answer your question, I apologize about that. Just a little bit on the time limit, but yeah, well.
I'm gonna show you my phone.
Oh my goodness!
I didn't know that. It was your company, and then I've had this on for a while.
You stole it from me. Remember when you shipped me out those shirts and stuff? You said, "Oh, I want that." I said, "Okay, fine." He hasn't taken it off.
Cool.
The best story I heard was when you were told me you were working out in this shirt one day, and then you put it in the laundry, and then the next thing you know, you see your dad wearing it the next day.
Yeah, this guy takes all my clothes, man. He's I don't know.
I put them on there.
He thinks he looks younger in them, I guess. I don't know.
They're just a little tight when I put them on, but
oh my goodness,
stretches them all out.
That's incredible.
All right, man. Thank you so much. Guys. I really appreciate it. That was really cool.
All right, really good stuff. Glad to have you guys on here.
Yeah, thanks to all the fans. Take care.
Bye.
Take care, everyone.